Hi everyone, welcome to the second video in this series of 6 houses from Small Victories by Johanna Basford. Again, we're going to be using the Arteza Expert pencils, and as I said in yesterday's video, I've re-swatched them. It's a bit messy, but it's fine, it's just for me, without them being wetted, so I get a bit of a better impression of what they look like. So we have the colour cube card 263. I'll come in a little closer so you can see, and I'm going to pick my colours and then we can get going. So we have this sort of orange. Actually, it's easier, I find, to do it from this side. We have bigger sections. So we have an orange, and if we look, this really dark orange is probably the closest match we can get. So that's the blood orange. So I'm going to grab that one out to start with. Then we have this colour called crimson, which is quite an orangey red. Now we actually are quite short of reds. If we have a look, we've only really got the rose red, the carmine and the crimson, and these are all very pink. And then these darker reds, the garnet and the passion fruit, are quite dark, but I'm wondering if that passion fruit red is quite close to that. So I'm going to go for that one. Now the burgundy is quite dark. We could go for the sienna brown here, which isn't even as dark there. I think it will work though, it is as dark. I have to remember that my non-wetted swatches are a little bit darker, more intense in colour. When you wet them, it tends to sort of dilute the colour. We've got black, which I can just grab, I've got it nearby. We've got this colour called umber. Now looking at this, it looks to me like it could be quite a greeny brown, like the coyote brown, which I'm going to grab. I think it's actually called, yeah, coyote brown, but it's actually quite a greeny colour. I think it's quite good. And then there's this olive. Now I don't really have this, I have a pear, which is a bit lighter. I really like it, so I'm just going to grab that. So there is our batch of colours there. So I can put my card aside. It's 263, just in case you want to grab one if you've got it yourself. So we can put the swatch chart away. I do have my white available as well, just in case I need it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we've got 6 colours. So let's come in closer to our house and have a little look at what's going on here. Okay, now we have some greenery, and it's obviously really tempting to start with our pear green and just do some of that greenery, so that's what I'm going to do. I was going to say, can't remember whether I said this in yesterday's video, but the reason I chose Arteza pencils is because I find that with the Sarah Renea Clark colour cube cards, the Artezas match them really well. And even I find I can make my best matches with the Artezas, but the Prismas are quite good as well. I find with other pencil sets, sometimes I find it trickier to find matches. These leaves here, I'm going to colour over the top of them, and then I might just use a bit of the coyote brown to make them a little bit darker. Yes, so the Arteza I find always seem to have the right colours, and I've got the 72 set of Arteza pencils. There is a 150, I don't know if it's available again now. It was discontinued for a while. I think Arteza was struggling to get them all the colours, so but I'm not sure whether there's one now or not. I haven't looked lately. They did send me this set for free. I suppose I should tell you that really as a disclosure. I sort of joined their affiliate scheme, and I've never really done much with that. Oops, but there we go. But they do have some nice products, I have to say, and they are more of a budget-ish line. It's difficult because you can say something's budget, it can still be quite expensive, but compared to Caran d'Ache, you know, it's definitely cheaper. I'm going to use that coyote brown. I'm going to give it a sharpen first. I'm wondering whether I've got to colour this house in a blood orange. That's going to be a a mental challenge for me. Not because it's going to be hard, but because that isn't a colour I would normally use. But I might not. We'll see. And what I can do with the windows, it's going to be a challenge. But we've got the green done. So here are our remaining colours. Remember, we've got the orange and the passion fruit and the sienna brown and the black. Now I'm not going to colour the house black, but I could use the brown rather than the orange. I think I might do that. Although orange could be quite brick colour, but it's not really a bricky orange. So I think I'm going to... oh my goodness. I'm going to use the sienna brown for their main house colour. So the walls, these bits. It's a bit different, isn't it? Usually I do the lightest colour for the wall, but this isn't. So it's a bit different. I still don't know what I'm going to do with those windows. It's nice. It's fun having a bit of a challenge, challenging my brain to think of different things. It's not really hard, you know, as you start eliminating colours by using them in different areas. Of course, if you are not happy with doing windows any other colour but grey or yellow, just do it. There's no rules with the colour cube cards. You can add your own extra colours if you feel that it doesn't quite address the picture that you're using. Some people pick 2 or 3 cards to use. I sort of find that a bit pointless, because for me, the idea is that I limit my palette to make it a little bit easier to colour the thing. Sorry, I had an itchy eye, I couldn't see. But that obviously isn't what everybody uses them for. So some people... I also grab a card and just colour. Whereas I noticed that what some people do is pick a picture, then look through all the cards and find one that they think is going to work for that picture. For me, the cards are about speeding things up, rather than, whereas doing that would actually slow me down. So it's not the way I use them, but there's no rules. As I say, you can use them any way you want. Just trying to block that in a bit. I think I'll sharpen again. It does have some instructions in the box actually as to how to use them. And Sarah Renea Clark herself would have plenty. I'm sure she'd have a video or a blog post about her sort of plans and aims for how people were to use them. But you know, you can just make up your own rules, do it your own way. I also think it sometimes puts colours together that I wouldn't put together, so it opens your eyes to new colour combinations, which I find is good. Quite often I just use them for random pictures, like when I say random I mean like a mandala. Oh, excuse me. You know, that's just shapes rather than being something that's you can make out what it is. Does that make sense? My eyes are watering. It's going to be blurred vision. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's going to whiten. That's better. Yeah, it's Saturday morning. Had a lovely surprise. Went shopping. I said to the boys, and when we come back, it'd be nice to have some help with the cleaning. Or, you know, you can make a start now if you want to. Came back, they'd done it all. Well, mostly, apart from the bit that my husband likes to do. So they'd clean the bathrooms. They'd vacuumed everywhere. I'd already done the ironing and put some washing on. They'd put the washing in the dryer. They'd what else did they do? Yeah, and then I came in and they said they just finished, and I asked them to help put the shopping away. Oh, I think I'll do that little bit of porch actually in this colour too. So they'd been really good. I was so pleased with them. They just wanted to get it done. So that was nice. My husband is actually vacuum the ground floor and mopped. He likes to do that. So he's doing that. Now this is the passion fruit red, and I've got a decision to make. Chimneys. Do I do the roof in this colour or the front door, or use the orange? But I think the red is going to work better. Red roof is quite nice, isn't it? But I've just realised we've got all these chimneys which I'm going to do in the sienna brown. Oh, it's nice and blurred for you. There you go. So back to our sienna brown. Oh, just to do these chimneys. There we go. There. There we go. So yeah, we saw a few people we knew. My husband forgot his wallet. He hasn't done that for so long. It was he was quite annoyed, but it didn't matter because I was with him. I just had to pay, but I didn't have any cash. I had to go and get cash out and then pay for things. That was fine because some stores in the market don't take cards. They're cash only. I think it's because, well, there's costs. This is passion fruit red. You can't see it. There we go. I can use it. I'll blind you with reflecting it. It's a problem with metallic paint, isn't it? Needs sharpening. Some of the stores take cash only because it's too expensive to process credit card payments. Keeps their costs down. A larger business doesn't seem to mind because if you have to get a float for your till or pay cash into the bank, it's actually quite expensive to do that. But I think some of the stores don't make enough money to worry too much about that. So it just depends. But yeah, we paid. Some wanted cash. It was fine. I'm going to do the window frames and things as well with this. All these sort of bits, slats and frames and just all the bits. I'm still trying to wonder what to do with the windows. I've got a little idea, but I don't know if I can pull it off, so I'm just thinking it through. I don't know what that is. Whether it's a window, but it's so narrow. I'm going to make it this colour so that you can see it. This roof, quite a light bit on the top. In fact, I'm going to do it all quite light, and then I might just try and go around the tiles a bit. I'll show you in a minute. You can decide whether you just want to darken it all or have a go at what I'm going to do. Which is just going around the edge. Like that. It feels warm in here. No one's opened any windows. It was a lovely cool night. I had my bathroom window open. I think that was all that was open, and it was lovely. And today it's dull. There's no sunshine. It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to have rained overnight, but I don't think it did. Someone said the weather changed. Forecast changed. So I didn't look at it much later in the day, but we'll see whether we get any rain today. And I watered the garden anyway, which was lucky. And the husband said if I'd watered and washed the windows, then it would have rained. And I said, no, if you'd watered and washed the windows, it would have rained. I don't think I've ever seen him wash a window. Oh, he has. That's a light. When I can't reach, he'll just do it for me sometimes, a little bit, you know. Anyway, I can do that bit there. Now this bit down here, I might do in this colour. No, flagpole. Might do that in black. Okay, let me see. I think I'll do this bit in red and this bit in black. Okay, I'm going back to the sienna brown. As I said, I just wanted to do that little piece down here. Like that. Then we're going to get our blood orange. I haven't forgotten that we've got this blood orange to use, and I'm going to use it for the front door and the flag, not the flagpole, but it's quite bright, isn't it? I wouldn't say it was blood orange though, because I always think blood orange is more red than an actual blood orange. I always find them rather off-putting, the colour. I'm sort of thinking, I'm going to grab that sienna brown again, and I keep going back to it because I've just missed a bit under there, like that. Right, black or noir, if you want to be French. You want to be French? As Brits, we are supposed to hate the French. So there's my flagpole. It's quite black. Now my idea for the windows is to try and make it look grey. So I'm going to use my black as gently as I can, like that. No, we're supposed to hate the French, but I'm trying to think if I've met any French people. I must have done. Anyway, I've got no problem with them. Right, we're going to use the black now for shadow, because this piece of house is sticking out from this piece of house. We need to put a little bit in here just so that it looks more like it is standing slightly forward. And then around the bush, like that. And then this bit is sitting back. Put a bit under the roof as well, so I want to do the same sort of thing. A bit under this roof, a bit under here. I'm not going to do it on the slatty bits, just there, and same here, so just on those bits, and then have a sit back and see how that looks, whether it makes sense. And this one of course is sticking out too. I'm going to go right over the bush and everything. Let's have a little look in my screen. I think that's worked a little bit. Oh, we haven't done the front door. No. There we go. Well, it's not bad. Yeah, I think that's okay. So here's the card, just to remind you of what we were doing. Oh, it doesn't want to, hang on. Should we come out a tad? You can actually see. There we go. So there's the card and the page. It's all right, I think. So there is our second house in our series. Bring it back into the middle for you. So we're going to continue tomorrow with the next one and use our next card, which is 264. But for today, thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.